Hey there humans, Bob here. Welcome back to another Guardians of the Galaxy video. In this video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on the game, including the story, the characters, the combat, and more. Don't worry though, this review is spoiler free, i.e. I won't be discussing anything that hasn't been shown in the trailers and teasers before launch. Before we get going with this one though, don't forget to drop a like. It massively helps to get more eyes on the video, and it's completely free. Great, now that's over with, let's get on with the video. I just want to say a huge thank you to Square Enix and Eidos Montreal for gifting me a copy of the game and allowing me to have early access to it as well. At the point of recording, I have completed my first full playthrough of the game, which lasted me around 25 hours, and I've got to say, it did not disappoint. Right, let's talk about the story. From the first scene, you are immediately presented with a rich and vibrant world that honestly I was really hoping to see in a game like this. This isn't an open world action game like Spider-Man or a repeatable live service game like Avengers. This game focuses on lore, characters, dialogue, and plot at a level that I've not seen since Mass Effect. The story unfolds in chapters and takes you through multiple well-known cosmic locations from the Marvel Universe, which you must traverse and explore as Star-Lord, accompanied by the other Guardians. After releasing an ancient evil, the Guardians must learn to work together over the duration of the game, and whilst it's definitely not an easy journey, it's an incredible one. Filled with twists and turns, some that had me genuinely shocked, but all the time filled with the typical Guardians of the Galaxy humour we've become accustomed to with the movies and comics. But also with the warmth too. There was at least 2 times something got in my eye that caused them to water. It was definitely something in my eye. Overall, the story is incredibly solid and retains the best bits from other mediums, but runs with its own narrative and stays fresh enough to provide even those with the knowledge of the characters' backstories something exciting to experience. Which brings me to the next section of this video, and that is the characters. Including the Guardians, there are about 15 key characters to the game. Each one of them has a fully realised personality and agenda. They all interact with the team at some level and do so beautifully. The writers of this game have done an exceptional job in crafting the personalities of each Guardian, giving them opportunities to grow within the story, as well as share past experiences that help give clarity to how they ended up in this gang of misfits. As you progress through the game, you'll notice that dialogue is always present. I found myself sometimes just putting the controller down just to listen to the conversations between the team members. You'd think the constant conversation would get annoying, but honestly, I found it enthralling, especially due to the fact that outside of the combat, I didn't hear a single repeated line of dialogue between the team, except when I fell off something and had to do it again. Outside of the Guardians, the supporting cast were incredible. Mantis specifically stands out for me as one of my favourites, but each and every character felt unique and interesting to the point where I'm already wanting more. Maybe another playthrough is in order. Finally now though, onto combat. The combat for me may have been the weakest area, but that by no means means it's bad. Occasionally repetitive, especially at the start and the end of the game when fighting mobs, but overall can still be very, very enjoyable, especially when utilising the other Guardians to maximise your deadliness in fights. Enemies aren't as varied as I'd hope, in the sense that I just felt like I just needed to shoot some enemies harder than others, but when you start chaining combos, elements and group skills together, you really do start to feel like a full team of heroes. Also, another thing that's more of an annoyance, but unfortunately during combat, many of the voice lines tend to repeat until you complete that specific encounter. Again, not a huge thing, but something to note. And another thing that likely won't affect you, but as I have played the whole game now but recorded it all, I didn't want to get hit with any copyrights or DMCA strikes, so I set streamer mode to on, and as enjoyable as the fighting is, I can't help feeling like I've missed part of the intended experience. So, in summary, the story is solid, fresh, and exciting for newcomers and Marvel veterans alike. The combat is fun and fast, albeit a little repetitive in places, but the characters are sublime, and their dialogue, despite its abundance, leaves you wanting more. I'm incredibly impressed with the world that the developers have created here, and I truly hope that they consider expanding on this universe that they've created in the future. I'm already excited to dive in again and make completely different choices, just to see how they play out. With all of this in mind, I'm extremely happy to give Guardians of the Galaxy an 8 out of 10 and an absolute must play for all you superhero fans out there. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, or at least found it informative in some way. If you did, please like, subscribe, and if you want to come and talk about this game or any other Marvel game live, come check me out over on twitch.tv/BobDuckNWeave, or connect with me on socials at BobDuckNWeave. You can find the links in the description down below. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, consider clicking the join button and becoming a member. You'll get emotes that you can use in the comments, live chat, and a cool badge that evolves as your membership continues, which looks awesome when I stream over here on YouTube. Thanks so much again, and don't forget, you got this. Probably. Bye-bye.